Steve Pully's going to fly this aircraft. This is a scratch-built aircraft, so you get some plans, you buy some wood, and I was talking to someone in the audience earlier about building. This guy builds all of his aircraft. This was built out of all those little planks that you see when you go into the hobby store. He turned it into this piece of artwork, which is a B-25 Mitchell from the World War II era, a twin-engine, multi-purpose fighter-bomber type aircraft. He's going to pull it out on the runway and demonstrate this for you today. Steve Pully lines it up into the wind. He's going to check all of his systems, and the same as the turbine engines, he's going to set a timer for his fuel. He starts his takeoff run, and this is powered by 2 glow engines. And he takes off, and his gear go up. This is another fun facet of our hobby, these warbirds. They are a very big thing as well, the prop-driven warbirds. There's like almost a whole cult of guys that own these, and there's a lot of fly-ins around the country all summer long where a lot of these meet. They'll have gatherings of warbirds. I'm set to go down to Muncie, Indiana. That is where our home, there's an insurance that's required called the AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics. And this liability insurance, it's a they have a national flying site there. It's humongous, twice the size of this airport, where they fly all different types of model aircraft, from control line to radio control. They have free flight there, rocketry, pretty much anything you can think of in model aviation exists down there. And in September, I'm set to go down there to fly a bunch of these warbirds. They have warbirds over Indiana. That's one of the gatherings. And this is the kind of stuff like that Marshall does with this aircraft, is he'll travel around and go to these fly-ins and do demo flights and stuff with his pilot, Steve Pully. And Steve comes around for a nice cruising pass. He's flying around the aircraft in a very scale-like manner. And that is the fun of these type aircraft. They're not as fast as the jets, but they are scaled. They're modeled after a full-size aircraft. And what we like to try to do with these is to fly them around in a very scale-like manner, reminiscent of the day. And there's nothing more enjoyable than when you go to one of the giant warbird fly-ins and there's about 10 of these in the air at one time flying around. And he's bringing it around from the south end of the field right now. And it looks like he's going to do a speed pass. Now here's top speed for a B-25, a little different than a jet. This aircraft's probably capable of speeds of maximum of probably 60 to 70 actual miles per hour when it's wide open. The wind is bouncing it around a little bit today, so it'll be a little bit slower when it's going into the wind. But you can see it flies around just fine. The giant scale aircraft are definitely much better in wind. You can fly the smaller aircraft in the wind, but bigger is better. The more mass and the more weight, the aircraft is more stable. Brings the airplane by, tips it over on its side so you can get a good look at the top of it. And he cuts around again to the north end of the field. You can see as he's going with this aircraft being a little bit slower, the wind is more evident there. That's what's causing it to wallow through the turns when you see the tail end of it wagging a little bit. That is simply just the wind pushing around on the tails. Especially with the twin rudder design, it's real susceptible to crosswind. Now, of course, this can be a problem. We do need 3 wheels down to land this aircraft. He's going to see if he can get the third one down. He's working it, seeing if we can get the problem corrected before he sets it down. And that other engine's smoking quite a bit as well. There is a definite problem with the aircraft at this time. We can't get one wheel down, and we have a lot of smoke pour of the one engine. Either the engines went rich or something's happened to the engine as he's flying. He's going to limp it around the field and keep cycling the switches to see if he can get all the landing gear to come down. If we don't get 3 wheels down, it most definitely the landing could be a little tricky. Okay, he's coming around here on final approach. We still have no wheel down. He may try to land the ship anyway without the wheel, which will result in a broken propeller and possibly flipping. Oh, and there it comes down at the last moment. Okay, and we were just kidding you anyway. Marshall has this airplane set up The reason you've seen the one wheel not come down and all the smoke pouring out of the engine, he has it set up for a simulated, like the plane has been shot up. A lot of the aircraft did come in like that back in the day.